Feet, this is a shakedown.
All right, welcome back to another edition of the Attacking Third. Excuse me, gotta clear my throat. The Attacking Third on It's a Wrap Sports Network. Disappointing loss though for the Union. We come on bad terms. We come on disappointing. An ending. I guess all good things must come to an end. Union fall 1-0 to the Red Bulls. The Jersey Red Bulls, I'll give them a little bit of credit. I usually like to call them the energy drinks from New Jersey. But yeah, first time in 16 matchups versus the Red Bulls that the Union finally took a loss. Unfortunate. They dropped points, a point at least, on the road to a team that's fighting for playoff hopes. I think they're sitting in 10th right now. So, a lot of the teams that they're getting ready to face, maybe except for DC, every team is fighting for playoff position. Doesn't matter whether they're at the bottom of the table of playoff position or at the top of the table. You're going to get everyone's best, and that's what they got from the Red Bulls. I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of this blame on the head coach, on Bradley Cornell, for that lineup that he put out. Horrible lineup. To start Donovan in any capacity and for anything anymore, it just boggles my mind. I understand he's trying to give him a chance, but just horrible. I don't think Bueno played that well. I don't really think anyone played that well. I think maybe Wagner played the best, and I'll give credit to Rick for being able to come on and only allow one goal. That penalty kick from Damiani should have been a goal. He's got to put that behind the net. Weak effort from the dot. Very frustrating. I don't know why he's the number one PK taker for the Union. I believe it's Damiani, then Ty, and then it's Quinn on the list. And it's frustrating. I don't know why the team leader in goals is not taking the penalty kick. But let's get into some of the comments. Joe, what's going on, my man? He says, hey, everyone. Yeah, horrible loss, Joe. Against the rival. Streak ends. You're now in second place in the East and third place in the Supporters Shield. So they got some ground to make up now. Ricky, what's going on, Ricky? Good to see you watching. Joe, it was a great win on the U.S. Cup, though. Yeah, it was. That was a good one. 3-2. They were able to pick up that win, advance to the semifinals against Nashville. Unfortunately, team that has had their number up to this point this season, losing to them twice. So that'll be in Nashville. So yeah, good win there. We'll I guess it's hard to beat a team, right? 2 times in 4 days. But no excuses. No excuses. Unfortunately, Blake goes down with an injury. He's going to be out for a few weeks, Carnell said at the presser today. What do we got? What do we got here? What do we got there? Yeah. So what was it? Around in the 30th minute around, Blake pulls up his leg. It looks like his hamstring, pulled a hamstring. Um, they showed a replay earlier on. It looked like before he looks like he's backtracking. And again, another leg injury for lower body injury for Blake. It's unfortunate. And what makes it even more unfortunate is that the third string goalie, Oliver Zemla, got loaned out to USL Championship side, North Carolina FC, NCFC. So obviously that deal was in the works before the Blake injury and was already probably agreed upon before Blake goes down. So it's just unfortunate timing of it all. So now it's going to be, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Young kid from the Union 2 who they have who's more than capable. Carnell believes in him. They're gonna, he's gonna be playing behind Rick now. But it's Rick time. I got all the faith in Rick. I really do. He's got what, 3 or 4? I think 4 clean sheets this year so far. So he has the capabilities to be able to put it together, to be able to lead this club high net for a few games as Blake gets healthy and they head into the playoffs. So that's the most important thing is Blake's health. He's got to be healthy because there's really no one right now behind Rick that we were going to feel comfortable with heading into some of these serious games against Cincinnati, Vancouver, and then those two matches that end the season are going to be tough against NYCFC and Charlotte, 2 teams that are fighting for playoffs position. Team we're going up against this Saturday at home, Chicago Fire, heading into a rematch, or welcome back party, I should say, for Elliott. They're no joke right now. Five match unbeaten streak heading into this one for Chicago. To make it worse, to make this worse, Jan Glavinovich has been officially announced that he's not going to be returning for the rest of the season after going down earlier on in the year. I believe it was against Orlando way back in April. He's gone now. I think that writing was on the wall already with him, but it's going to be someone else's turn now, or at least depth wise. Or they have what they have 50 minutes. Oh no way! It's going to be at 4:00 in the morning. They have until 4:00 in the morning. I think it's 1 a.m. Eastern time, West, or 1 a.m. West Coast time, or maybe it's 1 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, so coming up here in a few hours, the transfer window closed, and I don't think the Union are doing anything. So hopefully Jan gets he can get back into shape for next season. I can't remember if they have his rights for next season. I forget, or if they have the option to purchase. I forget. What do we got here, Joe? Does Elliott get cheered or booed? Good question. I'm gonna give you, Joe. I'm gonna give you what I would do, and then I'm gonna give you what I think the fan base is gonna do. Warm-ups, when they come out for warm-ups, I'm giving them, I'm clapping it up for them. The second they make introductions and everything, I'm booing. That's what I would be doing. I think you're going to get a mixed bag of people. I think you're going to get a lot of people who are cheering for him. But I am hoping that the uh, once the clock starts and the whistle's blown and that first kick is kicked off, we're booing him every time he touches the ball. That's what I would be doing. What would you do? What would you do, Joe? Are you cheering or are you booing? Ricky Mack going live tonight? I believe so. I believe so. What is it, Thursday? I believe this is the last night of his week, and I'm sure he'll be talking about the big week that the Phillies had against the Mariners, especially on an off night. I'm pretty sure he's going to be on, Ricky. But yeah, but that's why I got the Blake jersey up, because hopefully he gets better, Jan gets better, and then what? The good news, I guess, for the week is Glesnes, Jakob Glesnes getting signed long term. Good deal through 2027, or new deal through 2027, with a club option in 2028. So good for him. Well deserved. He definitely came out this season. He has earned that new contract, that extension. In my belief, he was an all-star this year. Um, really, really took on, I feel like, that mentor role um, for Makana, who has been great to this point. He's had his moments. I feel like this last match against the Red Bulls, he kind of reverted back to some how do I say, lack of experience, you know, rookie, freshman, whatever you want to call it, um, sort of mindset, sort of tactics. I played lackadaisical, really out of place, but for the most part, he's had a real great year, and I would say that Glesnes has been a big part of that, and he's really taken on the role as next man up in that center back position, once Glavinovich went down. So that's been a good sight to see. Hopefully, be able to have a good bounce back match this coming up Saturday. But let's get into more about Saturday. Harriel was put in a position where he had to play center back. He doesn't shine there. He's played well there in fill-in positions at times. I thought he did his best. He definitely um, was part of the culprits on the goal that they gave up to who was it? Where was it? What do we got here? Dylan. Where were they? They scored in the 74th minute. Where is it? Let me pull it up. Yeah, Dylan Nealis scored in the 74th minute. It was it was deflating because it wasn't too long after the missed penalty kick from uh from Damiani. Very, very frustrating. Hell of a save from what's his name? How do you pronounce it? So bad with names. Um Coronel. It was a great save by him. He had a good night. He was everywhere. And uh, that save changed the momentum. The crowd was more involved. That missed PK was huge. I mean, think about what it does for the fan base at Subaru Park. Think of it equivalent to like a missed field goal, right? Late in a game, or in a pivotal moment that can turn a game around. And that's what it did. And then on their goal, started with a turnover from Mbaizo, who really, really had a bad night. But then he sat there on the ground and complained to the ref about a foul instead of just getting back up and going. playing defense. Let me see, Joe. Hold on. You'd boo. Okay, good. Good. Glad you're at the same boat as me. You'd boo him too. I think the Union loss fires up the team. It better. It better, Joe. It better because look, they're on a 2-game road trip after this. August 30th, they're at Cincinnati. Then there's a bye week. Then they're away at Vancouver. So they won't be back home until September 20th against New England. So that's almost a whole month away from Subaru Park. You want to make people and the fans forget about that loss to the Red Bulls, that 1-0 loss. You come out, make a statement against Chicago. You have to. But you can't be having plays like, what happened on when they gave up the goal to Nealis. That's why I give Harriel benefit of the doubt. He was put in a bad position. And then Bizo wasn't getting back. Glesnes wasn't available this game. Makana wasn't at his best. Going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he has had a good season, right? I'd rather him get these moments out of the way and these so-so games or these, invisible games. I'd rather get them out because look, it's not like they lost 3-0, 2-0. They lost 1-0. And it should have been, in my opinion, it should have been a 1-1 draw. But when you don't come out and put away a team that you should be able to put out, yeah, they're desperate right now for playoff positioning. Yes, they had their starters. Forsberg was in. Motin was in. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. They had their guys, and they all played up. They all played up. They all played up to the challenge. So I think they were benefited with a crappy lineup from Cornell. I cannot stress that enough. Horrible, horrible lineup. And I know that the boys were coming off a game from Wednesday, but I will, I've been very, very, I've given Cornell every benefit of the doubt every step of the way, and he's coached a hell of a season so far, and I've given him all the credit where I can, filling in positions and making makeshift lineups, and it's worked for the most part. And it worked up until this miss, that PK miss. I'll admit it, I had no problems with the way the game was going until that miss. But then that missed PK from Damiani. Bruno, or not Bruno, Ty Baribo needs to be taking the what's it called? Needs to be taking that extra or that penalty kick. Needs to be the guy. Why he's not, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they're trying to give Damiani some confidence, but on a night where you just needed one to be able to just to get 1 point, you're top of the board again, tied for first with the supporter shield. There's another Toronto. Toronto was another one. 1-1 draw. Had to get it late. Had to get the goal late. Had to put the Red Bulls away late in the U.S. Open our tournament. So I guess if you're gonna be tired and lackadaisical, it's a long year. It's a long season. February 22nd, this season kicked off. It's going to end on the 18th, and then it's going to continue for them. They're making the playoffs. So they need to figure it out now, though. They need to figure out who's going to be the next guy's up? Is it going to be the Union 2 guys filling in, being loaned up to the first team? Is it going to be Sal Olivas? I believe so. Is it going to be Eddie Davis coming in? I believe so. So this is a loss, though, that I think is either going to be remembered for all the wrong reasons, or it's going to be remembered for the right reasons, right? It's going to be the catalyst that, all right, from this point on, we got 7 games left to finish the season. We got a semifinals versus Nashville. We need to go start setting the tone for the playoff. Every game from this point on should be treated like a playoff game because every single team that they're playing from here on out is going to be coming at them like it's a playoff game. When it comes to the Supporters Shield, you got back-to-back matches with a week off in between Cincinnati and Vancouver. Vancouver is what? Third in the East or in the West. Cincinnati, first in the East, 52 points. Vancouver with 46. So you're going to get Vancouver's best shot at home with Thomas Mueller being there. I don't know if anyone saw that that goal that got taken away. He was like seconds in the match from being subbed on. Ripped one right from right outside the box. Goal got taken back for an offsides call. But holy hell, you know, Vancouver's not out of this. And who knows by then where they're going to be standing at points wise. So those are back-to-back statement games, like I said, with a week in between. I think those got to be wins. If you're going for the Supporter Shield, you're going for first place. Those have to be wins. This coming home game against Chicago has to be a win. They are sitting in 9th place. They're the last team in right now. They're playing on wild card weekend or the play-in right now. They want to get, I'm sure they want to try and get out of that. Only way they do that is win every game in front of them. And the next game in front of them is the Union. And the Union are going, they have to know that. Joe, the Union games are on TV this weekend. Oh, cool. Nice. Maybe the fresh young blood will help this team. Hopefully. It might be one of those, hey, we're looking for our opportunity. If you, like I said, the transfer window, it's getting ready to close here in the next few hours. I think 1 a.m. Eastern time, so 10 p.m. Western, it closes. Do the Union have a move in the middle of the night when we're sleeping? I don't think so. So yeah, it's going to have to be these fresh young blood. Can Cavan come in and do anything? I personally don't think so. I don't think it's his time yet. I think the addition with Milan Ilowski is he's been great. I think he just needs a few more matches, a few more minutes with the boys and get some chemistry. And I would not mind him as your attacking midfielder. Put him up there with Lukic and Danley and Quinn, Ua and Ty. Damiani's got to be coming off the bench. Damiani's got to be the super sub, I think. The more and more I watch him, the more and more I watch how these guys play together, I think Bruno's got to be the super sub. Uam and Ty up top. And I think that's what you see. I think Oloski is creative. He's willing to get back on defense. He was another bright spot, I would say, on Saturday against the Red Bulls. Not enough, though. Not enough time and not enough chemistry. Chicago can score, though. Chicago can score. And Joe has the Union. The Union will beat Chicago 2-0. All right. That would be an answer. That would be a response to the loss from last Saturday. I like that. But Chicago, they have 50 goals themselves and have allowed 44. So as much as Chicago can score, they'll definitely surrender some goals. And I think that's what the Union need to do. I'm looking for Carnell and the Union to press and allow that to create some mistakes from Chicago that turn into Philly goals. I think if they can get up on them early, get a quick early 1-0 lead, that's where they thrive. Look at the last 3 matches, to include the U.S. Open Cup game. They haven't been able to do that. They couldn't get up on Toronto early. They couldn't get up on the Red Bulls early. Couldn't get up on the Red Bulls early for the U.S. Open Cup game. That's the key to success. Get the crowd involved early. Get that place rocking. And I think they can do it with the press. Back in June, they only got a 1-0 lead or 1-0 win when they played. When was that? June 25th, Wednesday night. 1-0. It was and oddly enough, it was a Damiani PK that won it for them. So we shall see. We shall see. And I have faith in them. I think it's going to be a big game for Ty. I think these guys know how to score against Elliott. They're familiar with him previous years. Obviously, he spent plenty of time here with the Union. They know his weaknesses. They know where to attack him. So we shall see. But Joe, what do we got? What's Carnell's record following a loss? Good question. I'm going to have to go back and take a look at this. I don't know what it was at St. Louis, but I don't think they have any back-to-back losses on the season. Nashville, Columbus. Maybe they do. Yeah, they lost to Columbus. Then they lost to Nashville. All right. So yeah, it looks like they've only had back-to-back losses one time this season. So I would say he's got a good record following a loss. And they've only had 6 this season too. So good question though. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll get back to you. But I got faith in them. I'll give you my score prediction here shortly when we get into around the league. A lot of signings going on around. One big one, I would say, that kind of hurts the most Colorado Rapids signing Paxton Harrison, who obviously was a Union Academy guy who was great for the Union. His older brother was here. And actually, he's getting transferred over from the team they just played in Frankfurt over, when was that? August, sometime in August, um, or late July, sometime around there. Um, so yeah, so good for him. Sad to see him over there. Glad that we got that match with Colorado gone and out of the way. But it just makes you upset. And that's where he's going, and he's back in the MLS, and that's where he's at. But I do believe the Union get a percentage of that transfer fee. So that was part of his deal when he left the academy and left the Union to go play in Europe overseas. So good for him. I know LAFC has made a few signings. Cincinnati's in the work to bring Brennan back. So could be seeing another face for Cincinnati to join that all-star team that they have pretty much with Evander on August 30th. Who else? Who else has made a lot of moves? I feel like Charlotte has made a few moves. Toronto made a few moves, even though, I mean, they're making a push. Good on them. So I would love if the Union would sign a center back and get some more help there. But let's do this. Let's get into the picks and go around the MLS, huh? Let's do that. So I'm gonna save mine. Let me pull it up here. What do we got? All right. How many Sunday games do we got? So we got a 3-game slate on Sunday. So pretty big slate for this week on Saturday. CF Montreal versus Austin. Two teams coming off of draws. Give me Austin. 5-game unbeaten streak for them as well. So yeah, I think they're continuing. Give me Austin for the win. Columbus, New England. Columbus and New England. I'm gonna go Columbus here. I believe Columbus is at home for this one. Yes, they are at home, and they just don't lose there. Next up, what we got here? Joe's with me. Austin wins. All right, so we're both there. We're both on that one. And next up, DC United versus Miami. Wow. This will be a slaughterhouse for Miami going into DC. Miami just advanced in the Leagues Cup to the semifinals against, I believe, Orlando, where, well, no, you know what? They don't have Jordi Alba. He just got injured. Messi didn't play in this Leagues Cup match, so who knows? Who knows? But I'm still DC sucks. So gonna go with Miami on that one. Joe's got New England. All right, got New England. Desperate team, right? New England is sitting in 11th place. How many points behind? They're 11 points behind, so they need wins. Not technically out of it, but yeah, they need some wins. So, and then you got DC with the upset. So you're riding with the upsets all so far on Saturday, minus Austin. Next up, Cincinnati, NYCFC. 2 teams coming off of wins. Cincinnati, I think, again, another team at home. NYCFC, they're going to be coming and giving their best shot, but Cincinnati, I got Cincinnati. Dallas, LAFC. I don't think Dallas has the pieces to be able to stop the new signings that they have, those big names over there in LA. Give me LAFC over Dallas. San Jose and Houston. San Jose is horrible. Houston, they're sitting in 12th place. San Jose is 9th. So yeah, so sorry. Correction. We got a 9 versus 12 matchup. You know what? I'm gonna still go with Houston. Go with Houston. Gonna hop on the upset train with Joe. Give me Houston. Joe's got Cincy, and he also has LAFC wins too. Yep. And he's with me on Houston. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Sometimes the teams are just too good to go with the upset, right? Next up, Nashville, Orlando. Nashville kind of slumping right now, 3-game losing streak. Orlando on a 5-match win streak. Does it come to an end? Do all, like they say, all good things do come to an end? I do. I think Orlando takes the L to Nashville. Nashville going home. I think they get a 2-1 win. I think they get like a 2-1 win. Salt Lake, Minnesota. Salt Lake was another team who's pretty active so far. I believe they just signed traded for DeAndre Yeldon. Minnesota, I believe they're sitting in second place in the West, 5 points behind San Diego for first place, and then for first place in the Supporter Shield. Give me a Minnesota on the road. Minnesota on the road with the win over Salt Lake. Salt Lake back-to-back losses. So I think that skid continues. And Joe's with me with Minnesota. And you got Orlando winning. All right. So we're opposite on that one. Next up, Vancouver, St. Louis. Now, St. Louis is I know that one for sure. They're sitting in second to last place in the West. And Vancouver, we talked about them before. Just got Thomas Mueller. I think they get the win at home versus St. Louis. The two 10:30 games, LA Galaxy and Colorado. Galaxy obviously advancing in the Leagues Cup match, I believe, or Leagues Cup tournament. They're going to be going up against Seattle, I believe. What do we like better? Do we like the matchups for US Open Cup, or do we like the matchups for Leagues Cup better, the Final Four? Let me know what you think. Joe also has Vancouver winning. Like it. But I'm going to go, I believe Axon's going to be available on Saturday for Colorado. And I think they get the win over LA. I think they get the win over LA on the road. Next up, San Diego versus Portland. San Diego, they're hot team right now. Joe's got Colorado as well. Like it. San Diego, right? Sitting atop the board for the Supporter Shield. Staying on top of the Western Conference. 16 wins, only 4 draws, 7 losses, plus 19 goal differential. One above the Union and Orlando that separate them from everyone else. Just what they've been able to do. What San Diego has been able to do in their expansion year, in their inaugural season. Andres Dreyer, 13 goals. Lozano, 8 goals. I mean, they're putting them up. They got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 different scores, goal scores. So what they've been able to put together over there um, is good. It's impressive. It is impressive. So good on them. Good on them. And I got them winning. I actually got them winning. That game is a game where you want to stay up. You want to stay up and watch. Where am I at now? Where am I at? Where am I at? Here we go. Yeah, you want to stay up and watch that one. That one and the Galaxy one. All right, let's move to Sunday. Was Joe got? Tie game. There's your tie. Sunday, Atlanta and Toronto. Atlanta, I believe, is pretty down there, out of it. Only 22 points on the season. Toronto, one of the teams that I talked about that has really done some work in the transfer during the summer transfer window, and I'm gonna give them the win on the road. I don't trust Atlanta's goalie. I don't trust Guzan, so Toronto to win. 4 p.m. game too. That's an early one. Charlotte and the Red Bulls. Obviously, both teams coming off of wins. We just talked about the Red Bulls win, and I think they ride that momentum. In their win against the Union. Union were sitting in first place. They end that 16 match losing streak versus them. I think they go ahead and they get the job done again versus Charlotte. Unfortunately, Joe's got Toronto winning. He's with me there. Like it. And then to end the week, we got Seattle versus Kansas City. Seattle winners 4 out of the last 5. Where are they at on the table? They're sitting in 4th place. So this win won't move them up or down, but LAFC is right behind them. So Seattle, I'm sure, is hoping for a little bit of help from what's it called on Saturday? Who are they going up against? We talked about it. From Dallas. They're not going to get any help from Dallas. So Seattle's got to win. They got to win, and I think they do get the win against Kansas City, who is on a 3-game losing match streak or a 3-match losing streak. So Joe's got Seattle as well, like it, and the Red Bulls. All right. Last time I'm picking Red Bulls for the season, but I just think they get the win over Charlotte. So that is going to do it for around the MLS. And guys, before I go, let's go over what we got, all the other shows, and what we have coming up this football season. Not football, but football season at It's a Wrap Sports Network. We got Mike Lauro hosting Penn State football post-game shows. He's going to be talking about this number 1 ranked Penn State team coming into the season. He's going to be doing post-game shows. Happy Valley Huddle. First one, I believe they got Nevada. So make sure you guys are tuning in to that after the game. Later on, next week, I believe, August 30th. That's next week. Then we got the Birds Fly By, the preseason week 3. Final guys trying to make the final roster. Eagles are going against the Jets, so make sure you guys are tuning into that. What do we got? And then, of course, Matty B, always Sundays through Thursday when he's available. I know he mentioned in our group chat not too long ago that he should be back full time, ready to go, kicking ass again, giving everyone the final word. And then Sundays, of course, they'll never be the same with Pat and Mike, P&M in the AM with Big Al, of course. And I believe there's no wraparound this Friday. But what is coming back, September 2nd, Tuesday, 7 p.m., It'll be the season 6 premiere of Birds Blast with Kyle Quinn, Matty B, of course, and the 2024-25 season review show for the Philadelphia Flyers. Clear the Ice review show Sunday, August 24th. So make sure at, what is that? I believe 7 p.m. Let me move this banner. You can see it. Yep, at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys are tuning into that. And yeah, I believe that's it. Jam-packed. And of course, the Fighting's final. I don't have a graphic for that right now. The Fighting's final will be back tomorrow night as the Phillies take on Nationals, game 1, that series. So make sure you guys are tuning in after the game. I believe it's Friday, so it'll be Big Al night. So going to be a good one. We got a message for you, Pat. Joe saying, Pat, if you're watching, we miss you. Pat and Joe, I believe the word on the street with Pat is that Labor Day weekend. I believe he should be making his return. So hopefully, maybe next Thursday, we'll be back. We'll be doing the damn thing together, talking about a win, hopefully, for the Chicago Fire. And now we're going to talk about my prediction. I have it being a 3-1 win for the Union. I got a goal from, I'm going to go Quinn, and I'm having a brace for the man, Ty Bad, as Pat likes to say, Ty Bad Boy Baribo. So 3-1 win for the Union. Don't think Rick gets a clean sheet, but I do think that the offense shows up. I do believe they will get that goal early, sometime within the first 15 minutes of the match. I do believe we see that goal from Ty. I think we're going to get a Kai tie. We're going to get a off a corner kick, get the crowd rolling. But it's going to be great. So I want to thank everybody for watching, that was tuning in. Joe, all your comments is, of course, always love. Pat and I, we always love when you're tuning in. We love you being a part of the show as always. So guys, make sure you guys are tuning into all those other shows that I showed, and we'll be back. Myself, maybe Pat, maybe the Gobbler's back next Thursday. Till then, see you guys. Dope.